Hello, Nigerians. Now, do you realize that the Central Bank of Nigeria has just averted another mass rebellion, which could have been more disastrous, devastating, and even bloodier? Recently, the House of Representatives asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to phase out the 100 Naira, 1,000 Naira, 500 Naira, and 200 Naira notes by the 31st December of this year. The House asked the CBN to issue more new 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira notes and begin the gradual withdrawal of the old notes from circulation before the deadline of 31st December. Now, before I continue, I want you to watch this video. I shall be right back.
Concerned that the Central Bank of Nigeria has not shown any sign of sensitization or kickstarted any awareness program to remind Nigerians about this important economic policy in order to make them prepare for the deadline of December 31st, 2024. Worried that Nigerians will be plunged into more chaotic situations than what happened in February 2023, when the old 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira notes shall cease to be legal tender and medium of exchange for goods and services as from January 1, 2025. Disturbed that the CBN ought to have started public awareness, such as jingles, television and radio announcements, social media postings, flyers, daily newspapers, and periodic magazine publications 3 months before the deadline. But now, with about 2 months to the deadline, there is nothing to show that the Averts Bank is prepared for the exercise.
Very sad indeed. Now, let me start on a serious note by asking a simple question, just a simple question. The lawmakers in the House of Representatives, who are they working for? This question is urgently begging for answers. And why am I asking this question? How can individuals who call themselves sensible leaders in the National Assembly even nurse the thought of starting a new process of phasing out the old Naira notes at these horrible, terrible, and trying times? Their lawmakers have just shown a gross insensitivity to the plight of Nigerians. What was the cost of petrol in early 2023? And what is the price today? What was the exchange rate in early 2023? And what is the exchange rate now? What is the current exchange rate? Nigerians are already suffering the worst security and economic chaos, crisis in the countries in the annals of Nigeria. But in a wicked move to snub the unbearable pains of Nigerians, the lawmakers did not think of a way to curtail or even squash the current anguish. Instead, they desired to add more misery and dejection to Nigerians. The lawmakers have also acted in defiance of the rule of law. The Supreme Court, we know, on November 29, 2023, ruled that the old Naira notes would indefinitely continue to be legal tender. But the lawmakers snubbed this court ruling by asking the CBN to phase out the old notes by the end of this year. Very sad situation. Moreover, the lawmakers obviously have not learned from the ugly history of Naira scarcity, or what you may call Naira crunch, we witnessed in February 2023. Nigerians went through one of their scariest and difficult times in history. The new Naira policy, one of the most farcical and senseless policies of the APC regime, brought untold hardship to Nigerians. The CBN's decision to redesign the Naira aimed at curbing corruption and inflation turned into a catastrophic experiment as Nigerians struggled to access their hard-earned cash. Banks that were once bastions of financial security unfortunately became symbols of frustrations with endless queues and empty ATM machines. The vulnerable bore the brunt of the crisis. Market women whose daily livelihoods depended on cash transactions watched helplessly as their businesses crumbled. Small-scale entrepreneurs already struggling to stay afloat saw their dreams shattered, completely shattered. The elderly reliant on cash for basic necessities, suffered in silence. There were no signs of Nigerians taking, there were also signs of Nigerians taking mattresses, because of long queues. There were also verified reports of banks holding millions of notes, new Naira notes. For instance, one of the monitoring teams of the CBN discovered that a branch of one bank in Ado-Ekiti, in Ekiti State, was holding new Naira notes it had collected for almost 2 weeks. What a wicked act. At other points, the new Naira notes were heartlessly hawked across the country. For instance, 50,000 Naira was bought at the rate of 60,000. Very sad situation. And what happened next? The frustration of Nigerians was stretched beyond its elastic limit. The result of this was devastating. Banks were destroyed. Bankers chased away. The ATM machines completely burned down. People were killed. Some Nigerians ran mad. It was a stark nightmare. No Nigeria, I bet you, no Nigeria would want to experience this kind of thing again.
This one don't carry iron.
See, Jesus. Oh, get up my nigga. See, old man.
The government must prioritize economic stability, invest in inclusive financial infrastructure, and ensure the policies that benefit, not the one that will aggravate the conditions of Nigerians. Only then can the nation break free from the shackles of economic hardship and fulfill its vast potential. Anyway, I say kudos to the Central Bank of Nigeria for averting another major crisis by insisting that the old notes would indefinitely remain legal tender. Kudos to the CBN. Thank you very much.